After watching Beauty and the Beast 347 times, I finally discovered that Gaston is actually also a beast under a curse. At first glance, Gaston looks no different from an ordinary human being. However, in reality, from these details, we can see that he gradually transformed into a real beast. Let's first take a look at the obvious beast in the movie. At the beginning of the film, the beast used his brutality to hide his inner inferiority complex, but with Belle's company, he slowly came to realize his own shortcomings, and his appearance began to transform into a more human-like form. If you look closely at the close-up shots of him when he was getting along with Belle, you can find that the beast's eyes had become just like those of a human. Now, let's look at Gaston. At the beginning, he was neatly dressed, but his muscles were extremely exaggerated. The villagers often described him as being like a beast. As the plot progressed, Gaston gradually became crazy. His muscles became even more developed, and his behavior became increasingly brutal. When he walked, he could even make the house shake. When the villagers lifted him up high, the shape of his shadow cast on the ground was almost identical to that of a brown bear carpet. This actually serves as an implication that Gaston was gradually turning into a beast. Later, when Gaston raised his bow and arrow and shot at the beast, the shadow fell on his mouth, which looked just like the sharp fangs of a beast. And at the moment when Gaston finally fell into the abyss, two skull shapes suddenly appeared in his pupils. This not only foreshadows his tragic ending of death but also means that Gaston had completely turned into a ferocious and brutal beast. What do you all think about this? Welcome to leave your comments and discussions in the comment section.